metal mic coming at you. Let's see what the date is today. It is early morning. It is 9:03 Thursday, January 24th. And what is the temperature? It is bitter cold. What is the temperature right now?
It's -6 degrees outside.
It's -6. I haven't driven the van since last week. It's been like this every day. It's even been as low as 10 below, I believe, yesterday, and at night, even worse. So let's see if this thing's going to fire up. Oh, hell yeah. Woo! So it's cold. And I'll tell you what, I had a meeting with myself. I always say that I'm having a business meeting. Listen to that engine. She is cold. So I had a meeting with myself and how I can redirect it. I'm just kind of upset. I feel like I've slacked a lot lately in the business. There's so many ideas that I want to do. Spending way too much time getting out, getting inventory. I'm just loaded down. I'm bursting at the seams right now. And really my focus is I have to get back to selling. The problem is, of course, is I envision this business better. Really the best thing that I'm good at is getting out there and finding it. That's really my that's my strongest point. And that is my best asset in this business. I really have a green thumb for getting out there and finding the stuff. Where I lack is motivation and selling. Originally, I used to sell on eBay. Hell, it was all I would do when I first started. This was a few years ago. I did have a little bit more time on my hands, but I would list items, and that's where I've been lacking. I wish I had a system. I wish I had this business where I want it to be. If I had it where I wanted to be, I could be a millionaire. There's no doubt about it. Is that to say that I still can't accomplish that? I can accomplish it. It's just going to be very difficult because I only have my own back to ride on this one. I'm the only one that is going to do this. I'm going to pull my van forward a little, and I'm going to explain why. Now, if I had a business, what would be the ultimate setup? Here we go. I'm going to give you the keys right now. If you have money, and you have the passion, and you have the love for this business, I'm going to give you the keys right now to totally make it. Here you go. This is what you do. This is what I will do. And you say, why would you give away your battle plan? Well, what does it matter? You know, at this point, it's just words. It's a vision. And that vision is out there for anyone to have. And maybe it's similar to yours. Here you go. Here's the keys. You want success? You want to become a millionaire even more? This is how you can build your business if you already have the money. Number one, buy a building on good property, a large building. If you can, get enough land where you can maybe even build more buildings. Make sure, number one, you can store vehicles on there because you're going to have a sorting system. Next, you're going to buy, let's just go the low end. You're going to buy 5 trucks, big diesel trucks that drag those big dumpsters around. You're also going to need the ones, of course, that lift up and will pull the cover over the dumpster. Then you're going to buy dumpsters. I don't know if they're included in on that sale, but I'm sure it's a little extra. So you got to have at least, let's say, if you were fortunate enough, you'd have 10 dumpsters, plus maybe 5 smaller ones, and maybe 2 tinier ones for the lower end people that can only afford that. Here you go. Here's your system. You go out, you advertise, that you do the best job in getting junk out of there. You drop these dumpsters at the house, they load up the dumpster, your truck picks it up, the cover goes over it, boom, it's safe. Of course, you monitor these dumpsters. You get them out of there as soon as possible. You get them to the property, you sort it. Basically, most of it is going to go to the dump, 99% of the time. But there's going to be metals in there, there's going to be treasures in there, and that's where your sorting system. Number 3, I guess the most important thing and the most difficult thing you're going to have to do is find honest people. You need people that are not going to steal a gold pocket watch, that are not going to take the money that they find out of there and slip it into their own pocket. If you can find honest people, which is so difficult, but yet I do have faith, I do know they exist, so I do know that it can be done, because obviously I would have to do it, and I have the faith that I could find people. So, it's a sorting system. Basically, like I said, most of it is going to go to the dump. You're bringing in the dumpster into the warm building, and with tables laid out, and you sort it. You know, it's real simple to call these dumpsters. If it's pure rubbish, you're going to see that anyway. You take that straight to the dump. But still, it doesn't hurt to have a small comb through. You got hired, hard-working guys that you would hire for that. That's going to be your hardest, because those are the guys that are going to forge. You know, if you had to, you'd do the forging yourself, really, or supervise it. That's your job all day long. You don't want to get dirty. You don't want to get in there. I myself, I'd be in there and getting dirty. But that'd be the joy of it. I'd have them bringing the dumpsters to me, and then I could dumpster dive on my own property, enclosed buildings, sort it properly with the metals going here for scrapping, and for the second-hand stuff that's usable going here, and for the treasures going here, and for the real nice treasures into the private collection for retirement. If you did that, America is loaded. It is a throwaway society. I've been in this business now, honestly, busting my ass at it for the last, I'm going to go ahead and say 14 years. And I have seen time and time again, I have done every aspect of this, from auctions to eBay, to Craigslist, to garage sales, estate sales. I have done it all. I grew up doing it from a young boy on, but I've done it professionally for the last 14 years, trying to build an empire, trying to get to that point where I can buy the building and do the things I've just spoke of. But time and time again, where I have seen the most treasure is into the dumpster. Always. This is where it goes. Most of this stuff ends up in landfills unless it gets sorted, luckily, by someone who can spot the treasure and save it. I'm frustrated. Why am I frustrated? This past weekend I watched a small company with 3 large trucks pull into a house right under my nose, which I tried to get into and could not get into. And they did the estate clean out. I have watched them pull for 5 days, maybe 2 to 3 loads a day of stuff out of this house. I know there's treasure in there. I know it. It's just eating me up. And this is what's got me lit up. I've got to refocus. I've got to sell my inventory. I've got to get these things out on eBay. I've been pumping them out the last couple days. It's time to get ready. It's time to gear up and take it to the next level. I got to sell my inventory. Compare it to panning for gold. I got piles of dirt. I got to sort through it, and I got to pan for the gold. All the cool stuff I've set aside has got to get on eBay. This summer at the flea markets, I'm blowing it out. I'm selling good stuff, reasonable prices to dealers and anyone alike who wants it. I'm going to move this inventory, and I'm going to put that money aside, and I'm going to get this frickin' building, and we're going to get these trucks, and we're going to get this done, and then I'm going to go and do exactly what I said I'm going to do. Now, that's the dream. If I can get to the point where I've got professional guys that I trust sorting my stuff, and I have a small system, even with as low as 5 new trucks, though, you'd have to get new trucks, maybe you have to start with secondhand, whatever the case. Even 1 truck if you had to. With 1 dumpster, I'd frickin' do it and get it rolling. But you got to have that building, and you can't rent. My dad, who passed away years ago, I asked him. He was in the collectibles business, more on the high end of it. Sadly, he passed just as the eBay craze was taking off. He would have loved this technology, for he used to sit in the stores all day long, 7 days a week, back in the old days. And in those days, it was rough. It was basically whoever was in town. He did this in St. Paul, Minnesota. And it was basically, if someone was to stroll into your store looking to buy something, you could sell something. But it was a waiting game like you would not believe. Thank the heavens for technology with the eBay, Craigslist, just where we're at with the phones, everything in our favor. This allows a guy like me to survive. In the old days, this would have been really tough. You wouldn't have had the online sales. It's all word of mouth. You would have to go to conventions. That's how it was done in the old days. He would drive to Chicago and do conventions. So, you know, I'm not complaining about nothing. I've got the world at my fingertips. I simply have realized over the last few days just how much more I still have to step it up. You know, getting complacent, feeling comfortable. I've been spending too much time hunting down treasure instead of moving the piles of dirt that I need to move to put money in the bank so that we can actually build this into something. All right, I think I'm ready to roll. All right, guys. This is it. You know, I think I got to load a couple things out. I'm going to go out in the cold. Why don't you come with me? Actually, I'm going to shut you down because I got to load this stuff up and do it fast. It's cold. Metal Mike signing out. Keep picking, keep hunting. Focus, focus, focus.